Welcome back, guys. You're listening to Vaul. This is my next episode covering Diablo 3. Still enjoying the game. Obviously has slowed down a lot now that I'm in Hellville difficulty and my character's past level 50. You're watching a video taken when I was at about level 53. As I'm recording the audio for it, though, level 55. The Barbarian, people are saying he lacks a bit of potential later in the game, especially true if you're playing softcore and you're into Inferno. Not many people are really playing in Inferno in hardcore. I think recently they only just managed to beat Diablo in hardcore. I found that once you reach Hell, it's almost a little bit safer to go through by yourself, just because when the monsters spawn they don't have as much damage. One thing I find weird about Diablo 3 compared to Diablo 2 is that you know, when you have more party members in the dungeon, the monsters don't just increase in HP, they increase in damage, and whereas in Diablo 2 they didn't increase in damage, only HP. So if you want to, you know, go up to a mob and tank them, you're almost better off doing that by yourself, because if you're tanking on behalf of a four-man party, well, the monsters are going to hit a lot harder, and if you're fighting a boss pack, the chance of you just getting smashed is a lot higher. So what I've been doing is I've been safely trying to clear areas. As I've gained up to about level 55, I have been able to sort of take on some of the blue and yellow elite mobs. Just managed to get a little achievement here by getting my first oxen hoof, or whatever it's called, for crafting. But as you can see, I've built up quite a stash. I'm using the auction house quite a lot, and maybe we'll have more about the auction house later. But as you can see here, one really safe way to farm monsters in Hell is just to take this Cathedral Garden waypoint and pop the chest, which is sitting right next to it. There's no monsters around, you may as well just get a free chest by opening the game. And walk out here to the Cathedral. There are no you know, boss packs spawning around here, so if you just feel like killing a few you know, normal monsters, this could be quite a reliable way to do it. Using a lot of revenge at the moment, and I'll talk about that more in the video, and of course Fury of the Ancients, or whatever it is, really good, especially with Insanity, doubling almost, well, 100% of damage, so pretty much doubling it. And man, the Bard looks really funny when he's using this dagger. At the moment I'm rocking this dagger, which has a lot of bonus vitality and a lot of bonus intelligence, so it's one that I'll pass on to my wizard when I eventually crank out the wizard. But at the moment it's just the highest damage weapon that I have on hand, although I'll be soon trading it in for something better. One thing I've found about items is that, you know, with the auction house, adding somebody from YouTube, thanks guys for adding me, by the way. One thing I've found about the auction house is that, you know, initially I really liked it, but as I've been reading about it and thinking about it a bit more, it really seems like a way, you know, to just get all the gear that you want for your character without actually farming and adventuring in the levels that the gear is spawned. I mean, there may be a few people higher in Hell at the moment, or even Inferno, who are getting drops that I just can't, you know, get access to because it's not safe. But I can simply buy them at the auction house just by paying gold, which I can get in other ways. So it just seems like it's a bit silly, you know. Anyway, here's how not to play Diablo 3, running into a boss mob when you can't handle them, and at this point my Barbarian level 53, just not confident enough to deal with these big groups. So if you are in Hell prematurely and, you know, you want to do adventure around and pick up tomes, which you can't be found in earlier difficulties, like Tome of Jewel Crafting and Blacksmithing, you know, kill the easy monsters and then run, and my Barb giving everybody a lesson in cowardice, running back to the exit. But you kind of have to do it, to be honest. I mean, if you just take them on, I mean, potentially you lose a character, and I've already spent 50 hours actually playing this Barb, so there you go. But you know, do take a chance to go into the next difficulty level, because even killing the easy monsters, you get a lot of you know, little items that you wouldn't be able to get elsewhere. And of course, farming the vendors, always a good idea to go to the vendor and just check out to see if they've got any really high DPS weapons or nice socketed armor. And a lot of the stuff is tradable in the auction house. Buy it really cheap, sell it, you know, for quite a lot, and that's a great way to make money. So, moving on now to a little excursion I had out in the wilds a little bit. This is further on in Act 1, once I started to gain a bit more confidence with the Barb. Still rocking the dagger, as you can see. I just did a little test here to see whether I was able to gain experience from the little bats that spawn from those little nests, and turns out that you don't actually get any extra experience. I was checking with my experience bar just to see, but it's a lot of fun killing these guys. Very safe, they can't really hurt me very much. My barbarian has over 40,000 hit points, and even more than that when he uses his war cry that boosts hit points. With war cry, it's quite cool. I usually go for the hit point one. If I'm in a party with a guy that is using that one as well, then sometimes I'd use an extra armor boost. But most of the time you want the health points if you're playing hardcore, which I play exclusively, as I may have mentioned in the previous video. This ability, Revenge, apparently only triggers, 15% of the time? You can upgrade to 30% of the time, but I always use the rune that heals, because you get hit so often, and often for amounts that don't totally kill you, or even scratch you too badly. And once Revenge is triggered, and you've taken some loss of life, you can easily just hit it again, and it's almost drinking a health potion. In fact, it's more effective than drinking a health potion, because with health potions, you're on a massive cooldown, and it only really regenerates a fraction of your life, whereas with Revenge, if you hit several guys at once, that's just going to bring you straight back to maximum HP. So, just taking care of these nests now that I've decided that I'm not getting any extra experience from the bats themselves, and moving right along. But yeah, still enjoying the Barb character. I've put a lot of time into Diablo 3 over the last week, so planning on hopefully slowing it down a little bit, maybe getting back into wargaming at some point. But yeah, it's just I think that Blizzard are going to be doing some changes soon. I've read recently that they're patching, especially the monk, running into again a potentially lethal boss pack. I don't really know whether he's going to be killable here, so I don't really want to risk it. Just heading back to the exit as soon as I've sort of decided that I can't really tank him. I mean, these guys take a lot of effort to kill, and if you have a lag spike or something, if you disconnect, well, that's you pretty much gone. I don't know if you guys can hear the background noises in my audio, but I've actually got some guys doing roadworks outside of my house really late, which is really annoying. Anyway, next part of the video that I'm going to show you here is a little game that I enjoyed, that I joined with a party. This is an Act 4 of Nightmare, so even though I'm hell capable, just going back into Nightmare, because we're about to do what is called an Iskatu run, and Iskatu is the boss that spawns right at the beginning of the Nightmare stage. And the point of killing him is that he's really quick to just join the game and spawn, because you just create a new game and he's right there. And if you've got the resources, he's very easy to tank and kill. But he grants you not only a big experience chunk points, but also a quest reward for more experience. So lately I've been doing just dozens of runs on this guy with other people preferably, and just raking the XP, and that's been a great but boring way of leveling up. And unfortunately, Diablo has always been one of those games where boss runs, even sub-boss runs, are the way to go if you want to efficiently level up. But it's very mindless and soul-crushing, which kind of sucks, to be fair. But what can you do? And there's always going to be some of that. I mean, Blizz might be able to patch it up a little bit by reducing the experience you get off bosses like that after you've killed them for the first time, or after there's somebody in the party who hasn't killed him. You get the XP, but if everybody in the party has already killed him past that stage of the game, then you get a drastically less experience, or maybe just a little bit of a cap on it. Anyway, I'm just about to show you guys the first time for me doing the Skeleton King in Hell. Managed to do this by myself, so we'll just have a look at this fight. Not particularly interesting. I mean, the most dangerous fights, as everybody knows, are the fights between you and the blue elite packs of monsters and the gold unique monsters with all the stats. And Blizzard have said on the forums that that's the way they want it to be. They wanted hunting for the treasure to be more of a forage through the dungeons and actually having a lot of exciting things going on. Boss fights are more a section of the story where something happens. And that's definitely true of Diablo 3. You have to actually go out there and actually beat the boss mobs and clear them out that way. I don't know if you guys are hearing this, but there's tons of just like steamrolling a jackhammer and going outside. Hopefully it's not interfering with the video too much. But Yeah, Skeleton King, obviously he's very, very angry. Luckily my barb's able to tank quite a lot of damage from him, so I don't really have to worry about getting hit. It's just getting repeatedly hit and clearing out the mobs of skeletons that he spawns. But Revenge is a great way of doing that, and it's a great way of actually recuperating the health that I lose from actually tanking the king himself. And then once Cry of the Ancients, or whatever it is, Wrath of the Berserker, Cry of the Berserker, can't even remember the ability name, for God's sake. Once that triggers again, then I can just go in and cause a lot more damage against them. So yeah, just in general, Diablo 3 has been cracked by a lot of people, especially those top World of Warcraft players and guilds. You guys may well have seen a lot of those YouTube videos of people, you know, beating Inferno mode with, you know, wizards and character classes, and really, I just think that's it's pretty much rubbish, because it's all softcore, and you know, don't really care about softcore. It's very easy to just let your character die until the enemy's dead. One really silly thing I heard about was, you know, somebody mentioned that it was even possible that at one point they were actually deliberately losing their character, so in the second phase of the Diablo boss fight, he doesn't spawn those shadows to fight you because some of your party members are dead. If that's true, then of course it's probably better to deliberately let your characters die and then revive them after you trigger that stage. So pretty silly stuff in general. Hardcore is really where it's at. Haven't lost my character yet. It may happen sometime soon, but certainly a lot of other people have. I've been recently doing, as I said, Iskatu runs where you just clear that one boss over and over again with level 55 Demon Hunter, and he basically said to me that due to occasional lag spikes and disconnects, he's actually lost a lot of friends, you know, mostly tank characters, barbs and so forth, just losing them, even at high level, 50 plus. I had an experience the other day where I might have told you guys about this, where I joined a game and there was a level 57 barbarian trying to kill Diablo by himself, and there was another barbarian in the game who had just gone into Ground on the Waypoint and then left, and then when I joined, it was right before the second guy left, so there were 3 people in the game when he was fighting Diablo, and that actually increased Diablo's damage to a point where he couldn't tank him anymore, and he lost his level 57 barb just because I'd just ventured into a game where I thought my friends were playing. So really weird little nuances. I feel like Blizzard has brought out the game a little bit early. I thought they would actually delay it quite a while to straighten up all the kinks, but it's quite an easy, it seems like it's going to be quite an easy game to fix. I mean, Blizzard are good at that. They've had plenty of experience with World of Warcraft and so forth. Not that I've ever played World of Warcraft at all, I just really shied away from that game. I've come back to Diablo because I like the vibe of it more and I like hardcore. But yeah, I think they'll get the balancing right. They deliberately made Inferno you know, so hard that even their testers couldn't clear it. And I think with Inferno, the idea is that, you know, they'll get a better idea as people's skill with the game plateaus out, you know, as to how to fine-tune it. Fun little achievement that I picked up just here against the Skeleton King. He's managed to kill a whole bunch of his guys by himself, actually just trying to swing at me and swing at his own guys instead, and having them just die, which is a fun little achievement. I didn't manage to get a normal difficulty because we killed him too quickly, but when you drag a fight out like this, inevitably he's going to be doing that, which is hilarious. So again, in Super Saiyan Barb mode, just trying to polish him off. Man, sorry guys, this boss fight's been long and boring, but yeah, nice little achievement getting rid of the Skeleton King. And hopefully getting my barb up to level 60 over this weekend or next week, and maybe I'll have an easier time with Hell difficulty. More videos to come when I manage to achieve it. So thanks for watching guys, stay tuned and keep enjoying Diablo 3.